we're better than we were last year.
All of a sudden, we're a contender, a serious contender.
We're going to be loved by the city.
We're a definite contender now.
They can look out for the White Sox because I believe we're going to make a bid for it.
It's happy talk time for the White Sox, and the bubbling enthusiasm of this Sarasota spring washes away a winter of discontent in Chicago.
I can understand throwing me out once in a while, but I don't understand this. I mean, it is to me despicable.
Not once, but twice, the American League told Edward DiBartolo he would have to find another $20 million toy to play with. But Bowie Kuhn claimed Edward DiBartolo could not buy the Sox because he was not a Chicagoan. So instead of selling the team to a businessman from Ohio, Bill Veeck sold to a Skokie real estate mogul who grew up in Brooklyn and a TV tycoon who still lives in New York. Jerry Reinsdorf and Eddie Einhorn have attacked their new venture like little kids diving into a birthday cake.
I got to pace my anxiety pills. I know this will surprise Eddie, but I don't think he and I are too important down here. Speak for yourself. We paid a lot of money for a suntan, I have to tell you the truth. What are we doing here? So I think that kind of expresses it.
Most important among the heavy investments has been the $3 million contract given to free agent catcher Carlton Fisk. Not since Dick Allen nearly a decade ago has a new player been welcomed into the Sox camp with such fanfare. Ironically, Bill Veeck had shelled out nearly $1 million for free agent Jim Essian about 2 months before Reinsdorf and Einhorn signed Fisk. Essian and Fisk give the Sox the most expensive, if not the best, catching in the American League. Fortunately, both appear eager to work together, with Essian backing up Fisk in case Carlton continues his tendency to get hurt.
With Fisk coming, it improves the club, and that's important, and to add the solid bat that he carries, and he's a class guy and a leader.
And I don't think that's a role that I consciously try to play. I think that it's a role that comes with respect from your teammates and by the way you play the game. And I think I'm more of a leader by example than, by campaigning.
Of course, Fisk and Essian will support the key to the Sox chances. They're young pitchers. Britt Burns, Ross Baumgarten, Steve Trout, Richard Dotson, and Lamar Hoyt are the most promising group of young arms in baseball. If Francisco Barrios recovers from shoulder surgery, the Sox starting pitchers will be awesome. And now that an arbitrator has given him a $600,000 a year contract, Ed Farmer will try to surpass last season when he saved a club record 30 games.
Leading off for the White Sox, number 7, Ron LaFleur, left field.
Ron LaFleur cost the new owners $800,000 a year, and although he was fast enough to steal 97 bases last season for Montreal, LaFleur has been slow to show up for practices and team meetings this spring. LaFleur learned to play baseball in prison, and so far in his career, he has been shackled with a reputation as a troublemaker.
A lot of people say that you presented a morale problem at Montreal, that sort of stuff. You just shrug that off?
Morale problem? I don't know why I committed a morale problem. I think a few guys on the team had some of the best years of their career with me playing and hitting in front of them. So I couldn't see where I was really a morale problem.
If he cleans up his act, LaFleur will be a fixture in left field and team well with center fielder Chet Lemon. And if hot young prospect Harold Baines learns not to play right field in self-defense, the Sox will have a strong outfield. But outside of the steady Mike Squires at first, the Sox infield is filled with more ifs than a Rudyard Kipling poem. Jim Morrison will play third if he can make the switch from second, where he played last year. And Todd Cruz will play short if he can become more consistent than he was a year ago. But if the sweat, if the work, and if the promise of Sarasota becomes the fulfillment of Chicago, then there will be fanfare, singing, and a time of celebration.